Shantytowns have had a long history in the Bahamas, but its prolific growth has given rise to serious concern. The focus of a full day of debate in Parliament, a follow-up, some would say, to the Prime Minister's 15-minute national address last evening, during which he spoke of the importance of stabilizing Haiti and why assistance to that strife-torn island nation be carefully and strategically carried out. We also heard of the burden the Bahamas has carried for decades and the launch of Operation Secure to more effectively tackle this complex and delicate issue that many agree will not be solved overnight. Our Jimenita Swain picks up the story from here.
Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, in his national address Sunday, detailed government's new immigration plan to fix this dilemma.
Operation Secure is a collaborative security operation between the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Defense Force, and the Department of Immigration to address security and migration-related issues in unregulated and unlawful communities. The operation is focused on identifying irregular migrants, documented migrants, and Bahamians living in these communities, and addressing their status in a comprehensive and coordinated manner. We cannot have shanty towns on our islands. They are unsafe, a hazard to public health. They are against the law, and they directly impact our way of life.
This now means undocumented migrants will continue to be processed and repatriated. Documented migrants living in unregulated communities will be required to relocate at their expense or their employer's expense or face repatriation. And any Bahamian citizens found to be living in these communities will be required to relocate. Prime Minister Davis warned the network of people who make shantytowns possible that they will also be held accountable.
Through Operation Secure, we will prevent the exploitation and abuse of migrants by unscrupulous landowners and businesses holding accountable those with a reckless disregard for our laws. Operation Secure targets those entering our borders illegally, as well as any Bahamian citizen or legal resident who is breaking our laws. If you are a Crown landholder who is unlawfully leasing land, you will be prosecuted. If you are engaged in human smuggling, you will be prosecuted. And if you are employing migrants illegally, you will be prosecuted. We will have a zero-tolerance policy for anyone seeking to break or circumvent the laws of the Bahamas.
Prime Minister Davis admitted that illegal migration has presented some very serious challenges that must be addressed with limited resources, but there's only so much that can be done.
We are a compassionate people, but we cannot take on new burdens. That is why last June, at the Summit of Americas held in Los Angeles, I declined to sign a pledge that included a commitment to take on refugees, while 21 other countries in our hemisphere, including fellow Caribbean nations like Barbados and Jamaica, signed on to this agreement. I declined. Our small nation cannot possibly shoulder any more of a burden. We are standing strong on this position. Despite pressure earlier this year, when the United Nations called for countries in our region to halt deportation to Haiti, once again, I decided to continue repatriations.
That decision, he declared, was made for the benefit of all Bahamians and future generations. The Bahamas, he maintains, is for Bahamians and those who follow the law. And as a government, it simply cannot afford to open its borders. It's the reason why government's pushing Haitian-led solutions to mitigate the ongoing crisis. And the Prime Minister also used the opportunity to list for 2023 that 1,024 persons have been repatriated. Last year, 4,478 persons were repatriated, which, according to the Prime Minister, is the largest number in our country's history. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jimenita Swain.